got this little Jarvis set up here, the Mini 6. I'm gonna run some dredge cons. Here I got this bucket of dredge cons. It's about 3/8 screen. I'm gonna run it to a 1/4 inch screen just because I want to. They're cons and I want to get all the big rocks out. And I don't want to run a whole bunch of material over. I want to concentrate it. I'm gonna run it through this little 6" here. What the goal is here, of course, with any kind of concentration, is keep it simple, keep it fast, keep it effective, but get great results. As you can see, that we got a $30 mat in a little box here. I don't know how much Paul charges for his box, but probably a little bit more than a mat. Running off a camper battery, little pump, a little trough I use to clean out, Adam's trough I use to clean out my cons, a little bucket, that's it. So instead of a crazy concentration system, hundreds of some bucks, more than that, some systems, people will pay up to $500 for the complete system, pump and all, and I paid $30 for my pump. Just something simple, fast, efficient, and how good does this thing work compared to more expensive systems? My opinion is this system is hard to beat. We got people that are doing cleanups with this in mines and getting 9 ounces of gold out of one of these 6" by 16 mats. We have people doing big cleanups with this little mat, and they're just amazed because they buy a little mat just to test our technology to see if it's worth anything. So they do the low budget little buy, they run it in there, and then they get back a hold of us and say, you know how much gold we caught in one of your mats? And it's like they're like quizzing us like it's never happened before. And it's like, well, how much? And then we also get people catching sulfide golds. We got people running a couple of these little guys at some small grandpa, dad, son mines that are doing crushings in there. Their leaching is not profitable because they're catching the majority, so much of their gold in this setup that they don't have a waste, that high loss that they were trying to get from the mechanical systems into the leaching system. So they've eliminated their leaching. And so now their profitability goes up because they don't have to have all that set up to leach. Anyways, so let's go ahead and screen this down. And then we'll just turn on the pump, drink some ice water, and enjoy it just like as if we were camping and run this and see how it works. Well, there's the cons. There's what I sloughed off. That was over 3/8. And here's my material that's under. So got a little more than half a bucket. Cons, I'm going to run through this. And I think we'll start it out slow with the video going normal speed. And then we will time lapse it for sake of time and see the results. Alright, let's look her up. These couple screws are just holding my moss in that Paul gave with it. He wedged it in there nice, and I kept tearing it in and out, and it's all funked up. So that's my fault. Me goofing off with stuff, so got this little bit of good use of conveyor belt to get the overflow to come off the back rather than the front, so it just kind of spills over nice. And I'll have to stop halfway through because I only got a small bucket for that. So we're just going to basically take some cons here out of this bucket, and we're just going to shovel them in here. And, trickle them in. Get the scooper to fall down, spread it out evenly. Uh-oh, got a phone call. Gonna have to stop right away here. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. Had a phone call, sorry. But look that was the first scoop. Look how dark it is. That's some good cons. Alright, so all the dream mat and the dredge. 4 clean outs in 2 days. So we did a clean out in the morning and clean out at the end. So that's how long we ran. And I think we ran, actually, Oh, 4 hours the first day by myself, a little 4.5 maybe, and then about 6 hours the second day. This is how long we ran. And moving a lot of silt material, going after flood gold, and to the clay material. Cool beans. First row cleans up nice. Cells are being nice and active, dancing around. That's what you want to see. But here we are, doing dredge cons. You know, if we get more than a gram of gold out of this, I'm going to be surprised. This place doesn't have a lot, just easy access, easy to run the equipment down, go test, have some fun. You know, the other claim that's up higher is hit and miss, but it's a pain in the butt to get to. It's just fun to get out and beautiful scenery, beautiful country. Might get lucky. There was a lot of rust, and there have been times down there though. Actually, I've hit nice streaks and just sluice and got about a gram of gold. So, you know, we could get lucky. We moved quite a bit of material, but it is what it is. Nice and dark. I got some other material I'm gonna run over this that are, where are they? They're the cons from the cube that I got set up, and with some beach sand through it. And there's also some cons I did for my trip over there in Idaho with Dennis. I'm gonna run through this. I haven't done yet. That should have, you know, some gold in it, you know. Make sure not to overfill my bucket down here. Okay, keep a watch on it. Some gold right there. Yeah, oh, there's some. Oh. Anyways, that's good. Better than a kick in the shorts. I like my grain scooper. It's cheap. Got a metal handle. It's a measured. One pack full cup all the way across. You know, fun stuff. This is the system we ran against the other systems in Idaho there. Had the great recovery rate. Gold stayed up in the top. We feel, because we see the orders coming in, that not just this map, but Dream Mat in general, we think we could be in danger of being the fastest growing mat in the world. We're #1 in Australia. We're #1 in France. We sell and we ship hundreds of boxes of mats, hundreds of boxes, hundreds of mats a month. And we have lots of mats going out. And that's just besides my Canadian and U.S. sales. You know, we have sales also in Norway and Sweden and other places, you know, and it's just lots of mats, you know. We feel we're roughly about 20,000 out there between me and Dustin. It's an estimated number because we give away a lot of mats instead of meaning prizes and raffles and sponsorships to people who politely ask nicely, you know. And we don't do no paid advertising. We feel word of mouth is the way to go, getting the product in the hand of prospectors who love having simpler systems. And rather than, you know, a lot of money in marketing and advertising. Yeah, my bucket's getting full. Well, I'm not seeing a whole bunch of gold. Sure hope there's a lot of that fine stuff in those cells. Just kind of checking it out. One thing nice is that, you know, one of the things that Dustin came up with, you know, this mat was inspired by gold rat high bankers in Australia. Dustin, he wanted a product that fit he had a lot of kind of things, a lot of thought that went into this product. Seems like, well, it's just a simple little 6-inch mat. You know, mat has to be a certain size for backpacking, sluicing, water flow, recirc, and drop it in the pan, easily be able to pan out the contents of the mat. You know, and also the profile, the high-low, high-low. So, you know, I had an all-high for the cube mat, and high-low, high-low, I mean, Dustin talked about that, and that was kind of inspired by him to, some gold came off the slick plate. That's kind of cool. A lot of thought went into this. Me and him tag teamed this together, and it was inspired by him, and that's why we keep the name Gold Rat on it. It's because, you know, this little mini mat has been a success. This is actually the #1 selling mat, we think, or product in France. You know, prospecting product out there. Julian sells hundreds of these, and he makes the little boxes for them and everything. So it's just a fun product, and it's got great results. Almost full. Yeah, that's probably good enough. We got a little bit more to go, but I'll empty the bucket and then we'll go from there. Alright, let's take some pictures of these cons. So you can see the gold across the top here. The gold in there. The gold in that cloudy water there. We got gold over here. You got gold down in these cons, buried in there. Gold on top of the cons. There was another nice, you know, flakes of gold. Flakes of gold. Little nice chunky flake of gold there. Chunky as it gets for Libby Creek. You know, we got gold throughout here. We got gold down here. Look at that. So, let's see if we can find some gold even further down than that. These cons are pretty heavy. You know, they're building that stuff up pretty good. So anyways, I had to take a picture with my phone because my iPad couldn't focus on a fart for nothing. You know. So anyways, gotta empty this bucket out and finish the rest of it. Okay, little bucket emptied. Let's go ahead and clip this baby back on. Here we go. Off and running again. Got a little bit more to go. I noticed that I was going to time lapse it, but it's going to hopefully take us less than 10 minutes here to run all this. So 10 minutes of video of running actual cons that you've wasted in your life watching. If that's how you want to look at it. And some people are kind of interested. They want to see what long it takes for a bucket of cons like that to run through a system. How easy it is to clean up. I don't have to run these cons over 4 different mats, or 2 different mats, or 3 different mats, and rerun my material through the system over and over to get all my gold out of it. Switching mats. You know, some people have that system. You know what I'm talking about. Yes, I am comparing. I feel the system has high enough capture rate you can run your material through here once intelligently, or some people would say at a normal speed, and shouldn't have any problem with getting enough of your gold where you could consider your tailings to be just tailings and not have to go through them. Obviously you're going to catch your big gold, but your small gold also. So we're going to catch all the gold. We're going to run it through a simple little system. We're going to get a pan. My opinion is you can run a 5-gallon bucket of these dredge cans through this and do a cleanup. Now the other system, beyond the multi-mat system, is the multi-tray system. And several mats, and you got to set the system up and run it. And one thing nice about this is you can run bigger material through this system. Here I'm running 1/4 inch, so I don't have to screen down and search through all my 1/4 inch for any nuggets if I'm out there in the field doing dredge cons. You know, I could even run 3/8 if I wanted to. I just run it a little slower, maybe a little steeper pitch. So, and I'm gonna get, you know, especially for dredge cons, if the fine gold like that isn't on the beach in Washington, I'm gonna get just as good or better capture rate. You know, we're gonna be so much simpler, and so much less expensive. A $30 mat here, guys. $30 for the mat. And then anybody can build their own little box like this, or they can order one through Jarvis. We're gonna be supplying them this Christmas in the United States. Not quite like this, from a different style, and just a recirculating little sluice. And Dustin offers them in Australia. Of course, he has great systems over there, super systems. Dustin is like master builder type thing. It is so far beyond a lot of other systems. I believe his systems and how they integrate, how they're modular, how they work together. Just a lot of thought into them. Fun stuff. So anyhow, there's a lot of better finishing sluices out there, like the V-rib, but you know, you couldn't feed them this fast. Stuff would be bouncing down them. You'd be losing material, overloading them. This has a lot of solutions to it, we believe. You know, just the style of the mat. It doesn't ward off mosquitoes though. One just got me. Bugger, got me in the leg. Fun stuff. You can sluice with this in a creek. Unclassified if you had to. We have people doing such things and thinking, you know, actually putting it to the test and see if they can. And they're thinking, oh, you know, every time I had like 5 people have emailed me and said, you know, I took that little mini 6 down to the sluice just to see how bad it would fail if I shoveled, you know, big material through it. And that gold right there in that cell. Oh, we can't see it right at the tip of the shovel. Oh, right there, that's gold. Cool. Bad focus on this iPad. It's getting dark. It doesn't work good in dark light or low light conditions. So I gotta shovel in the rest of this, and I'll need 2 hands. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So this is what she looks like after I ran. Got a nice flake there. That's a nice one. Got a whole bunch of gold stacked up right there. Oops, get the camera up there. Got the gold in here, gold in there, gold throughout there. Let's get in there, I guess, with the camera. Let's just let you guys look at the gold. You find it. Marco Polo. Marco Polo. That red is actually paint off of the motor from the Dredge. So, okay. Nice flake, third row down. Big flat one. Ooh, look at the chunky one up there. Look at the chunky piece of gold. Yeah. Gold. God, ooh, look at the gold. Oh, look at the gold. Okay, man, I'm almost halfway down. Starting to drop off. Not starting to see much. Anyways, let's some gold down there. It's pretty heavy cons. Look how loaded up that is. All right, let's pan her out. I'll have to dump out my above 3/8. We'll pan her out and we'll take a look. Well, everybody's always asked us, how easy is to clean out, Dave, the Dream Mat? Well, I'm going to show you. Hopefully I don't get too much in the way of the camera. Got the bucket. Got the mat. Give her a little pull. Slip her down in there. How clean is she? Well, pretty good. Takes this long sometimes to clean that out. Now the Aussies do it in the pan, you know, and they put the mat in the pan and all that kind of stuff. And I just use the bucket. I don't know. It's clean. It's clean. So let's go ahead and dump those into the pan and pan it out. Well, it's no secret, guys, that I hate magnetics. So I use this guy here. Every once in a while I check my magnetics. After a while, once you get used to trusting a tool, and you're not finding nothing worth giving you any reason not to trust the tool, you tend to trust the tool. Which makes my job panning so much happier. Once in a while I pick up a little bit too much, so I bring it back on slowly. Give that time for that device to purge it out. Just like any magnet, you could get too much on there too quick, but if you... Alright, now it's panning time. I'll go to my phone because it's got a better resolution. This thing sucks. The battle I just had with this horse trying to convince it that that wasn't grain in the tray. It's going to eat a mouthful of rocks. You know, that's what I got to put up with, the abuse around here from all these animals. Well, here we are. Pile of gold on top of the black sands. Well, there's still a bunch of black sands in there. This Cherry Creek gold is really flat, you know, and it's kind of like big ocean gold. Really hard to pan out, and I don't claim to be a master panner by any means, because there is so much that is sloughing every time in this pan. I'm just going to throw this on the miller table and we'll take a look at it because it is what it is. Every little jiggle I give just brings it down with the other black sands, as you can see. But I should probably, this would be more apt for a round pan, some swirling and tapping, but anyways, let's go ahead and put her on the miller table. Okay, I'm just going to roll these boulders down the tray and then get to this stuff with the brush and see what I missed. Well, there's the gold I missed through the back panning, all the junk that rolled down. Now I'm going to scoop this stuff on there and we'll see where we go from there. There it is. There's the big take of the trip. Probably got about a good gram of gold. So you can see the flakes. The more you sweep, the more they seem to want to come down. On the big, flat, wrinkly ones, you know, they're so wrinkly they don't sit flat on the miller table, and they kind of lift off and go down. You look at them underneath a microscope and they look like a potato chip. So they always blow out, you know. Not always, but you know what I mean. So there it is. It's pretty flat stuff. Once you put it in the vial, it don't stack up too much. Not like, you know, that run of beach sand that I did. Woohoo! Fun stuff. Anyways, cool beans. There it is. Oh, let's focus on the jar. So you can see the gold doesn't stack very high. What a gram. Big healthy gram. We'll see. Not super clean, but clean enough for the hobby.